This king refused to eat because he believed he was a cow, and no one could cure him until one man did something completely unexpected. In the heart of a great empire in the ancient East, at a time when knowledge and power stood side by side, something strange changed everything. A powerful king, whose command shaped the fate of nations, suddenly fell into a condition no one could understand. He no longer believed he was human. Day after day, he sat alone, his eyes empty, lost in a world no one else could see, and he would whisper, "I am a cow. Kill me and use my meat." The court was in shock. Physicians came one after another, each with their own remedies, each with hope, but none could bring the king back to reality. Days passed. The king refused to eat. He grew weaker, and death slowly approached him, not from illness, but from his own mind. Then a name began to spread through the court. Abu Ali Sina, a physician from the land of Persia. They said his mind was sharper than any blade, and his knowledge far ahead of his time. He was summoned to the palace. Everyone expected him to argue, to deny the king's illusion, to force him back to reality. But he chose a different path. Ibn Sina approached the king, calm, observant. Then he said, "I have heard. There is a cow here that must be slaughtered." A heavy silence filled the room. The king looked up and said, "That is me." Ibn Sina examined him carefully, as if he truly were an animal. Then he said, "But this cow is far too thin. If we slaughter it now, the meat will be of no value." For the first time, something changed in the king's eyes, a moment of doubt, a crack in the wall of his illusion. Ibn Sina continued, "It must be fed, strengthened, made ready." And so, the king was given food, not as a man, but as a cow that needed to grow. But this was only part of the plan. Ibn Sina knew food alone was not enough. He ordered that medicine be secretly mixed into the king's meals, remedies not only for the body, but for the mind. The king, still believing he was a cow, began to eat, unaware that he was slowly being healed. Days passed. His body regained strength, and with it, something inside him began to change. A mind lost in darkness slowly found its way back to light. Ibn Sina returned each day, without force, without pressure, only guidance, until one day, the king no longer said, "I am a cow," and in the same silence where his illness had begun, his sanity returned. The court spoke of it as a miracle, but it was neither magic nor chance. Ibn Sina did not fight the mind trapped in illusion. He stepped into it, and from within that illusion, he guided it back to truth.